What's wrong, my dear?
My toy got broken, Tito.
Maybe you didn't take care of it properly. Did you know that taking care of babies properly is very important for their growth, for your toy? But did you know how to take good care of your baby?
How, Tito? What do I need to do?
Well, okay. I'll tell you how to properly raise your baby. But before that, I will tour you first to the journey before the birth.
Okay.
Have you ever wondered what happens before a baby is born? Prenatal development is a delicate and complex process, but it's not without its risks. In this video, we'll walk you through the stages of prenatal development and highlight the most common hazards that can threaten it.
Alright, students, the next would be the process of prenatal development, and this slide is entitled The Miracle of Life, the stages of prenatal development. Let's have first the germinal stage, from 0 to 2 weeks. First is the fertilization, where the sperm and egg join to form one tiny cell. And the next is the zygote formation. So this single cell starts dividing into many cells. And the last is implantation, where the zygotes travel to the uterus, or what we called the mother's womb, and attaches to the wall, and then ready to go. And the second is the embryonic stage, from 3 to 8 weeks. So this stage is the baby is now called an embryo. The major organs and body structures, the heart, brain, arms, and legs starts forming. By week 6, the heart begins to beat. This is the most fragile stage, where the baby needs the most protection. And the last is the fetal stage, from 8 weeks to birth. In this stage, the baby is now called a fetus. And organs grow bigger and stronger. The brain develops rapidly, and the baby can move, kick, and respond. By week 12, reflexes develop, like sucking and kicking. And that's all for the process of prenatal development.
So now, let's proceed to what can go wrong or the common hazards during pregnancy. So, do you have ideas what are the common hazards or risks during pregnancy? So now, let's proceed to the group of hazards into categories. Letter A, we have teratogens. What is teratogens? Teratogens is substances that cause harm to the embryo or the fetus, or commonly known as the earlier stage of the pregnancy. So what are the examples of these hazards or risks? First on the list, we have alcohol, which is also known as the fetal alcohol syndrome or the FAS. And then next example is we have tobacco, or commonly known as cigarettes. It is result to low birth weight, respiratory issues that when a mother inhaled too much smoke coming from the tobacco or the cigarette can be fatal also to the mother and the child inside its womb. And now let's proceed to the drugs. Both illegal or some prescriptions can be resulted to developmental delays because medicine that are unprescribed by the pregnant uh, woman to take is highly dangerous. Of course, when it's illegal drugs, it is also risky, just like cocaine, just like that stuffs that can result into undeveloped issues of the baby inside the womb. And then next is last on the list of teratogens, we have caffeine, but it is limited to large amounts intake only. And then next we have environmental factors. First is pollution. Of course, pollution or the environment surrounding the pregnant is can be also fatal during the process of pregnancy. Why? Because when we inhale too much carbon dioxide, it can be risky to the both of the mother and the baby. And then next we have the radiation exposure, which is commonly caused by too much sunlight rays. And then of course lastly the workplace hazards. And then we have letter C, the maternal health conditions. In infections, we have rubella, Zika virus, and HIV. That is contagious if the first hand infection is coming from the mother, which is fatal for the both of the mother and the baby, because when the mother has these infections, it can 100% possibility that the baby can inherit this infection or diseases. And next we have chronic illnesses. Diabetes and high blood pressure is the commonly example for this one. Just like for example, when your mother has a high blood pressure, so when the time that you will be deliver, it will be too risky because of the sudden fluctuation of the blood pressure of your mother. That can also be risky for the both of the mother and the baby. And then next is the malnutrition, which is example of the lack of folic acid and neural tube defects. And lastly, we have the lifestyle and psychological factors. First on the list, we have high stress levels or can be resulted to premature labor, and then poor prenatal care, of course, that can very very risky for the baby because it can be resulted to abortion. And then next is domestic violence or trauma that can physically and mentally affect the mother, that can be also resulted to abortion and undeveloped babies.
So, case study real life examples. Case 1. A mother who drank alcohol heavily during pregnancy, child born with FAS. So, what is FAS? FAS is a fetal alcohol syndrome. Is a condition that happens when a baby exposed to alcohol in the womb. It can cause problems with growth, learning, and behavior. So how does it happen? When a pregnant woman drinks alcohol, it can pass to the baby and harm their development. What are the effects? So babies with FAS might have trouble learning, behavioral problems, growth problems, and physical differences. Can it be prevented? Yes, because if pregnant women avoid drinking alcohol, they help prevent FAS. So how can we help? We can provide support, understanding, and specialized care to help individuals with FAS thrive.
Protecting the unborn. Protecting the unborn child starts with taking care of the mother's overall health and environment. First, Attending regular prenatal checkups is essential. These visits allows doctors to monitor the baby's growth, detect any issues early, and provide important guidance throughout pregnancy. Taking prenatal vitamins, especially folic acid, supports the baby's development, particularly in the early stages. Folic acid helps prevent neural tube effects, which affects the baby's brain and spine. It's also critical to avoid harmful substances like alcohol, smoking, and recreational drugs. This can cause serious complications such as birth defects, premature birth, or developmental delays. Eating balanced diets ensures the baby receives all nutrients needed to grow strong and healthy. This means getting enough protein, iron, calcium, and other vital nutrients from fresh, whole foods. Next, staying away from toxic substances such as pesticides, cleaning chemicals, and pollutions is just as important. Even small amount of toxins can harm a developing fetus. Lastly, and very importantly, managing stress and mental health. High stress levels can increase the risk of complications like premature birth and low birth weight. It's important for expectant mothers to rest, talk to supportive friends or family, practice relaxation techniques like deep breathing or prenatal yoga, and seek professional help. If they're feeling overwhelmed, anxious, or depressed, mental health care is not a luxury. It's part of prenatal health care. By following these steps, we create a safer, healthier environment for both the mother and her unborn baby.
Tito and Tita, I didn't realize stress could really affect the baby before birth. This made me more aware of how important early care is. Now, with my baby doll, I will make sure that I will give her lots and lots of love. And also, I will keep her away from all these hazardous substances. Thank you so much, Tito and Tita, for reminding me and making me be informed about all of those things. Now, I will apply those things to my baby doll.
Thank you for watching. Let's help give every baby a healthy start in life. Life begins. Take care and stay informed.